This has got to be the most unhinged movie of the year. Let's talk about it. They Will Kill You follows Asia Reeves as she tries to save her sister from the Virgil, a demonic building that houses a devil-worshipping cult. Guys, I'm not holding anything back when I say this is the most unhinged movie of 2026. By all accounts, this movie is awesome. I'm just gonna come right out of the gate and say that this is my kind of movie, and I didn't know that it was gonna be this kind of a movie. I watched one trailer and maybe only half of it. This year I'm trying something out where I don't really watch trailers to the movies that I see because I feel like the trailers spoil a little bit too much, and I have a more enjoyable time going into it not knowing anything. Because when it turns out to be a movie like this, a movie that I really, really like, a movie that is right up my alley, it hits that much more because I didn't know it going into it. This movie blends like every single genre, from action to comedy to horror to thriller. It has everything. It has something for everybody. Now, there is a lot of gore. I'm gonna also say that in this review. I mean, the gore is on another level. That is the only thing that I think will hold some people back from thoroughly enjoying this movie. Because the gore is it's ungodly. It's a whole other stratosphere, guys. I can totally see influences from Quentin Tarantino. Totally see Kill Bill in this. I totally see Pulp Fiction in this. So much so that this movie takes the chapter approach, kind of like Kill Bill, kind of like Pulp Fiction, where it splits parts of the movie into chapters based on characters and their backstory. Everything about this movie was just so fun. There was things to laugh at. There was things to, oh my god, at. There was things that made you kind of think. And I did not expect that going into it. It was so enjoyable. I can't state that enough. There are some things, some nitpicks, some holes that can be punched through this plot, some things that don't really make all the sense in the world. Don't go into this trying to punch holes in it. Don't go into this trying to overanalyze. Go into this movie looking to have fun. If you go in with an open mind and just ready to have fun, I think it's going to live up to expectations. You know, the whole movie kind of feels like an episode of Samurai Jack. Has anybody ever seen Samurai Jack? An old cartoon from Cartoon Network. It's an amazing show. I highly recommend Samurai Jack if you haven't already seen it. But it takes this approach kind of like Kill Bill does, where the camera whip pans and it zooms in and it has these whipping sounds, these swooshes. This movie really has an identity. That's what I'm trying to say. It has this over-the-top approach to it, and once you see the first kill, okay, maybe not the first kill, because the first kill is kind of... Once you see the first fight sequence, you know what kind of movie you're watching. You know what kind of world this writer-director has put us in. It is this over-the-top, blood-filled, intense action horror thriller piece, and it never lets up, okay? This movie kicks off and it never lets up. That is something that I really do appreciate about They Will Kill You. There is no moments that drag. All the moments of talking where the action subsides, there is heartfelt, character-driven moments between Asia and her sister. The whole movie centers around Asia trying to find her sister because they have been estranged due to the events of the beginning of the movie, which I will not touch on. I'm trying to stay as spoiler-free as possible so that you guys can enjoy this movie for yourselves. But yeah, she is estranged from her younger sister, and she tries to find her a decade later, where she is in this building. I don't think it's a hotel. It's kind of just this high-rise building in New York City. But come to find out that this devil-worshipping cult lives in this building. And there are 9 floors, and they all represent a layer, a circle of hell. We don't see all of the floors, but we definitely know that there are 9, and we know that that is definitely a reference to Dante's Inferno. I thought that that was so cool. I thought the references, the devil worshipping stuff, the cult stuff, the horror stuff, it's so well timed, and it's so well, what am I trying to say here? This movie has such a frantic pace. As I said previously, it just never lets off the gas pedal. It's constantly just shoving things in your face. It's so forward with everything that it does, everything that it says, and it's like this movie has been injected with steroids, is basically what I'm trying to say. The only nitpick that I have personally is probably the music. Now, I thought that the music was going to be, and it is, it really is. The music is like the lifeblood of this movie, because every time something happens, the music is either kicked in or turned completely off. And, you know, there's this total juxtaposition where the music is either boom, it's bumping, it's booming. We're in this action sequence, this fight scene, or we're, you know, at a lull. The bad guys have stopped our protagonist, and the music comes to a screeching halt, and now we're in this tense moment filled by nothing but silence. The use of music and the use of silence is very, very strong in this movie. But the nitpick that I'm trying to say is, there's moments where there's this kick-ass original score, but then it turns into this upbeat hip-hop song, or it turns into this almost like dubstep kind of a beat, and it didn't fully take me out of it, but it made me raise my eyebrows. I'm like, really? This is what you choose for this kind of a scene? But then the fight choreography was so strong, so engaging, so entertaining. The kills were so entertaining that, you know, I was hooked right back in, and it didn't ruin the movie for me. But that's my only, you know, con. If I were to name any cons, it would just be the dubsteppy, hip-hoppy music felt kind of out of place at times, but the fight choreography, the kills are just such a positive that it outweighs anything this movie could have done wrong. Guys, if you can't tell already, I thoroughly enjoyed They Will Kill You. Out of the 5-star scale that I usually rank movies on, I'm going to have to give They Will Kill You a 4 out of 5 stars. I was entertained. What did you guys think of the movie? Let me know in the comments down below. I know I'm definitely glazing this movie. It's probably because I just got out of the theater. I'm on such a high from this movie. It's so fun, so funny, so intense, scary at parts. There's something for everybody, I feel like, as long as you can get past the gore. Alright, that's it. I'm done. That leaves one thing left to say. Are you not entertained?